This is how to study 4 months worth of content in just 4 hours, but beware, this is not for lazy students or excuse makers. So if you're any of those, please scroll away. We're going to split this up into 2 parts, the mindset and the actual things that you can do. Firstly, your mindset, we're going to have to change it. You don't have to study 15 hours a day in order to get an A star. Learning is more about the intensity and the efficiency in which you study, not about the duration. So even if you studied for an hour, you could still get so much more done than you studying and reading your notes for about 15 hours. And the reason why it doesn't work for lazy students is because this requires a lot of concentration and no distractions at all. You need to find the zone basically when you're doing this method. Desperate time calls for desperate measures. Now, when you're first going to be starting this, you're probably going to start thinking about all of the things that you used to do before, your procrastination habits, all of the things that you should have done before, telling yourself, oh, I could have done this sooner, but I didn't, and then feeling sorry for yourself. You're going to remove all of that. Write it down if you have to so that at least you get it out of your system, but don't dwell on it. You don't have time to dwell on it, so just keep going. Any fears that you have, write it down, put it away. In the first hour, what you're going to do is to get already summarized notes. Don't use your textbooks. It's too long. You're not going to be able to get all of the information into your head in just 4 hours. So find summarized notes for that topic. You can find it anywhere. There's so many resources out there. For example, if you're learning quantum physics and you want to learn about quarks, just search up summarized notes quarks, and then your school, for example, exam board, or if you're in university, literally just write down a famous university's name, so like MIT, for example, and there will be lots that will come up. Flip through the summarized notes. It's up to you which one you want to use. For me, I always look for the ones that are concise. Sometimes they put it into like boxes or they separate the page into 2. Basically anything that's like visually appealing to me, that's what I would use. In these summarized notes, what you're going to do is you're going to highlight the definitions and the key points. How do we know it's a key point? Most of the times in summarized notes, they will say that it's a key point. If not, then you're going to look through your syllabus. So in your syllabus, if it says, for example, quantum physics, quarks, you have to know hadrons, leptons, you're going to look through your summarized notes and find hadrons, leptons, and then just highlight the important bit. And the important bits are going to be information about what a hadron is, what a lepton is, things like that. Trust me, you'll understand it as you go along. Literally just do that for the first hour. You're not trying to memorize anything. You're not trying to do anything. You're just gathering the information for you to blurt later. And that comes to the second hour. In the second hour, that's where you're going to do aggressive recall techniques. Blurting, Pomodoro technique, Feynman technique, method of loci, whatever it is that you want to use, just use them over and over again until you get all of those key points that you've already gathered in the first hour into your head. Third hour is literally just doing a bunch of past papers as quickly as possible. Use bullet point answers, just shorten it as much as possible. You're not trying to get the perfect mark here. You just want to be able to do some practice. For any mistakes that you make though, do make sure that you take a note of that and read through that information again. And last but not least, this is where the spatial repetition will come in. You're going to do a bunch more blurting at the 4th hour. So you want to see if you remember what you learned from the very start. After all of this is done, before you go to bed, review the material again.